Hello and welcome. This is Manifestation Mastery Course video 56A, and today I'm going to share with you an extremely powerful ritual to help you get $100,000 in 90 days. If that sounds like a lot, I'm going to explain to you why it really isn't any different than manifesting $1 in one day. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to share with you how we combine the understandings of the matrix, the understandings of the law of attraction, and the knowledge and the science of spiritual ritual to change your unconscious mind, which then allows you to literally tell the universe exactly what you want. Okay? So I'm going to give you in this video 56A the entire ritual. I'm going to tell you exactly what the ritual is from beginning to end. I'm going to explain a little bit about how it works in the beginning. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to go to the 56B video where I'm actually going to go inside the matrix and I'm going to surgically open it up and show you the mechanics of how this ritual will work. Okay? So, $100,000 in 90 days. Why did I pick $100,000 in 90 days? So, about 10 months ago, I did another video, how to manifest $10,000 in 9 days. And that video was a tremendous success for me personally because a lot of people ended up writing me back or commenting on the video saying, I did this ritual and out of the blue, I got inheritance money, or I got a bonus, or we found money, or something happened where one person literally said the check just showed up in the mail. So, I can't guarantee it's going to happen for you like that, but I'm going to explain to you how this works. Now, $10,000 in 9 days, I picked that back then because it was something that I wanted to push myself. I wanted to push my ability to imagine and manifest, and so I created that ritual. And thankfully, I wasn't the only one that benefited from it. I can't even remember, but I remember I did it for me personally, and then I wasn't worried about money after that. So I must have gotten, what I wanted because I completely forgot about it. But this one, we're together. We're going to push our boundaries even further. Since I know how this works, I know how the science of ritual works. I know how the matrix works. I know how the unconscious mind works. How the law of attraction works, and when we put it all together and line it up, it basically becomes an ATM. You turn the matrix into an ATM. So, we do live in a matrix. Let me be very clear about that. Now, I have some very different beliefs about what that means than a lot of people, but we do live in a matrix. The matrix is called Maya. The Vedic ancestors called it Maya. My ancestors called it the web of weird. And it means the same thing. It means that life force energy is woven together to create space-time. We are governed by the laws of space-time. We live in if you want to call it a computer program, you can, but it is a manufactured reality that we need an avatar to experience. So we have these human bodies that have a brain and they have 3 selves in them, and this is what allows the soul, which is one of the 3 selves, to interface with this manufactured reality. This matrix responds to certain rules. Some of these rules are immutable, like the law of gravity, and other laws you can completely switch from one to the other. I've talked about that a lot, but this, if you have trouble manifesting money, bringing wealth or success into your life, I am going to just bypass all of the talking and the therapizing of getting you to understand and acknowledge, and I'm going to get all past that. We're going to use ritual. The power of ritual is that ritual uses things like sacred sound patterns, which we're going to use. We're going to use a rune for that. It uses the science of sacred symbolism, sacred offering, the whole ritualized scenario. This is actually a science that our ancestors understood, and they used it because it taps into the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is the 95% of your mind that creates the world, not the subconscious. I'm sorry, I've got on here, there's a specific reason I put the word subconscious. Program your subconscious mind to become a virtual ATM. I did that because the vast majority of people don't understand there are three minds, and they don't realize that when they use the word subconscious, they really mean unconscious. But we are going to tap into the unconscious mind, the 95% that creates your reality, in order to get you to be in a place where you can command the matrix to give you what currently you probably aren't able to believe that you can create for yourself. This is what ritual does. Ritual is a spiritual scientific tool that allows you to change and reprogram your unconscious, which is the one that does all of the creating within the matrix anyway. The matrix is the matrix. It follows certain rules. Your unconscious mind goes out and fills in all the blanks within that. Unless your unconscious mind doesn't accept. So it's like a computer. It's either going to accept the input or it's going to reject it. Now, this is where we get into the law of attraction. As I've told you many, many times, the law of attraction as it is being taught is incomplete at best, and at worst is downright destructive. It keeps people a slave. It keeps them in shame. For example, you are told that if you have positive feelings, positive things will be attracted to you. If you have negative feelings, negative things will be attracted to you. You're told that if you have negative feelings about being wealthy, you have to be careful, then you'll stay poor. That's only partially true. The truth of the matter is that your feelings are simply a response. They're a response to unconscious stimuli. The good news is that if you can hack into the unconscious, you can get the unconscious to send out a command that the conscious mind may or may not agree with. Because here's another rule. If you consciously decide, I am going to be wealthy, but if you have on an unconscious level a programming that says the opposite of that, the programming in the unconscious mind will veto whatever the conscious mind says. Now, the opposite is not always true. You can have a positive command in your unconscious mind, and if you consciously have a negative feeling about it, that will not veto it, because the unconscious mind is 95% of the power of creation. The conscious mind is at best 5%. So you can easily override that 5%. In other words, you can feel as unworthy or as unbelieving as you want. If you know how to program the unconscious mind, the matrix is going to respond to the unconscious command, not your conscious thoughts or feelings. So this is where we bring in the law of attraction, and we understand how the law of attraction really works. And then we bring in the power of ritual. And this, as I said, is what programs the unconscious. The unconscious mind, when it has been programmed, which usually happens in childhood, when the unconscious mind has been programmed, it will hold on to that programming because it believes that your survival depends on it, even if the programming is completely contrary to your best interest. Ritual is the virus killer that goes in and destroys, like a virus, goes in like a computer virus, goes in and destroys the programming and opens up your unconscious mind to new programming. So ritual done over time, according to the rules of the ritual, literally wipes your hard drive clean and rewrites the code on it. Once the code has been implanted in it, then that's what is created from then on. Gecko agrees. He's clapping his hand. So, what can I say? That's, this is one of the things that when you're onto something, you get those signs from the universe that says, yep, that's it, what he just said. All right. So I'm going to share with you exactly how this ritual works. I'm going to tell you the whole ritual. I'm not going to hide anything. And then, as I said, in the next video, in the 56B video, I'm going to tear open the matrix and I'm going to show you why it works. So, first thing you're going to do is you are going to pick a date, at minimum 90 days from when you start. So whenever you start, pick a date from 90 days, all right? Then you are going to, every day at the same time, I don't care if it's in the morning when you wake up or at lunch or before you go to bed. I prefer doing it before going to bed because then your unconscious mind is working with that while you sleep, because your conscious mind shuts off when you go to sleep and your unconscious mind really goes to work. This is when a lot of your intentions go out to get, the unconscious mind sends out the dwarves with all the tools to build everything while you're sleeping. So when you do a ritual just before you go to sleep, it's like you're programming the dwarves to get the right tools to go out and create what you want while you're sleeping. All right, so the first 10 days, here's what you're going to do. You are going to face north, and then you're going to take your two fingers of your right hand, and you are going to draw the Fehu rune. Let me show you what the Fehu rune looks like. Fehu rune, whoops, where'd it go? Fehu rune looks like this. It means cattle. I talk about it. If you want to know what the Fehu rune is, you go watch my video on the Fehu rune. I've got no shortage of videos on the Fehu rune on my channel and on the thunderwizard.com subscription channel. You are going to take your two fingers and you are going to, before you do the ritual, you're going to face north and you're going to take your two fingers and you're going to draw a Fehu rune down like this and then up to the left because it has to be facing out. And you say Fehu. Then, once you've done that, then you are going to say this. You are going to say, Odin, Vili, and Ve, I invoke the power of Fehu to reveal to me my true feelings about wealth. Bring to me $100,000 by, and then say the date. So it is commanded, so it shall be done. Okay, now there's a lot in that. I have designed this very specifically, and in the next video, the 56B video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I have done with that, which is scientifically, from a spiritual perspective, designed to reprogram and write new programming into your unconscious mind. That's the first 10 days. The second 10 days, you're going to do the same thing, the same time every day. You're going to face north. You're going to take your two fingers and you're going to inscribe the Fehu rune onto your forehead and you're going to say Fehu. Then you're going to then say, Odin, Vili, and Ve, I invoke the power of Fehu to heal any self-sabotage I have toward wealth. Bring to me $100,000 by, and then say the date. So it is commanded, so it shall be done. Okay? So some of you may be knowing where this is going. Again, I'm going to explain all of the mechanics of that in the next video. Then, after the first 20 days, you have 10 days left. The last 10 days, same thing. You're going to face north. You're going to take the fingers. You're going to draw the Fehu rune onto your third eye, and you're going to say Fehu. And then you are going to chant Odin, Vili, and Ve. I invoke the power of Fehu to empower me to celebrate my birthright to have unlimited wealth. bring to me $100,000 by, give the date, so it is commanded, so it shall be done. So that is the entire ritual. It's going to take 90 days. And I'm not, as I said, I have a lot I want to say about this, but it deserves its whole other video. So to see the mechanics behind it, and the reason why this is important is because understanding the mechanics of the matrix is a manifestation machine. You can call it a computer program if you want. It only traps you if you stimulate it in certain ways. Then it will trap you big time. It'll trap you into a soul recycler that keeps you coming back and being reincarnated over and over again. It can turn into that for sure. But if you understand how you can program it to respond to you in a positive way, then what ends up happening is that it becomes literally a virtual ATM where you can just go in and punch in exactly what you want from it, and it has to give you everything you want every time. I know because I've experienced it in my life, and I'm continuing to learn and experience it more, and every time it happens it blows me away. Every time that I push my boundaries of belief and awareness and acceptance of what I can have in my life, and I get more than I bargained for or even imagined, it just continues to blow me away. It's going to blow you away too. Every single person who has followed my suggestions to the letter, every single one of them, when they, like I said, to the letter, consistently follow my instructions, every single one of them has had major life transformation, and some people are well on their way. This guy is one of them. The guy who came up with this rune set. He is one of my apprentices. And he took my knowledge and created this whole like runes for writers. If you want, you can go to his website. It should be on here somewhere. Mark Graham. You can just Mark Graham. Mark Graham. You can go to his website if you want. And he's an example. And there are others just like him. I could list them. And the ones that didn't, the ones that did not follow my directions and weren't consistent and gave up and quit, a lot of them, to my knowledge, are right where they were. I wish them all the best. If they have achieved all their success in their life without me, I'm happy with that too. So if you want that, if you want what I have, you got to do what I do. So go to thunderwizard.com, scroll on the right-hand side, you're going to see Manifestation Mastery Course, the 56B video where I tell you exactly what the mechanism is on why this ritual works, which will be helpful for you because once you see how it works, that's going to blow up and expand your ability to then go, oh, that's why it works. Well, of course, now I can see myself having that, and I believe that I can have that. And that's going to kick in the law of attraction because then your belief is going to kick in. Your feelings and your thoughts are going to be aligned with your unconscious programming for what you can and can't have. And then you've got the merger of the law of attraction and the rules of the matrix and ancient ritual science. You are going to pay $50 a month for that subscription because you now understand that the universe operates under certain rules, and one of them is there is a rule of give and take. If you want something, you have to give something. You have to sacrifice something for it. And so by doing that, you are actually creating a new command in your unconscious, which will bring to you even greater wealth and happiness. So go to thunderwizard.com, scroll down, Manifestation Mastery Course, click on subscribe. I will reveal to you the secrets of the matrix in that video. All right, I'll see you over there.